Happy Thursday morning, everyone. Haven't really done, but there's like one little bit of pregame left, so let me just get down to that. So we got one black stone to banish evil from this space, one more to bring blessings upon this place, one black stone to welcome friends from near and from far, and one more to say I love you, whoever you are. Just a very, very simple incantation there. Okay, so I hope you're doing well on this Thursday morning. I hope yesterday went well for you. Went all right for me. I actually got to see the reading that I did play out. It was pretty interesting. Not often I get to see that. I do get to see elements of it from time to time, but not as much as I got to see yesterday, so I decided why not do sort of the same thing. We're gonna go with a different tarot deck today. Still Rider-Waite, but you know, I did not do one of those little zippy intros this time. Yesterday that took it took a fair minute to bake down. It was crazy. I had to kill the export process and then go back in, and I had to add an element, and I still screwed it up. I noticed the lower third still read funny, but I didn't have time to fix that, so yeah, you're getting that from a few days ago. Anyway, let's say we get right down to it. I'm kind of thinking today is going to be, I don't know, I think we're going to be facing a few more challenges today. I don't think it's over, so let's see who's guiding us here. We've got the Well of Weird, which is where the runes actually surface from. And over here from the Spirit Animal deck, we're going to draw a cat spirit. Claim your independence. Just so happens we've got Mr. Bub right behind me today. He is relaxing on the back of the couch looking out the window. So, let's get down into this for just a second. Some of you may not even be familiar with the Well of Weird, which is kind of to be expected, really. Some of you may be familiar with it, so if you're familiar with it, that's alright. But here we go. So it says, Weird flows beneath the great tree, deeply roots, strengthened with the magic of destiny. I'm in flux and in flow, all circles back, choice weaves with fate. So with, it says that magic is real. It is a force in the universe. Your power is real. You are a force in your own life. Do not dwell too long on the past, for you will miss your present and thus your opportunity to direct your future. Everything is connected. Even apparently external influences may affect us. Very important. And I'm going to cut to the most grounded part of this. Do not dwell too long on the past, for you will miss your present and thus your opportunity to direct your future. That's important. That has been coming up quite a bit. That one little element saying, hey, the past is over. Let go of it. Learn from it, but don't dwell in it. We've been saying that for a while, and now we got this cat spirit which says claim your independence. Well, we know what we're claiming independence from, don't we? Claiming it from our past. And that's not a bad thing in my opinion. So we're already starting to look pretty good. One more, here we go. So when cat spirit meows, she is calling you to claim your independence and allow for some space between you and others in your life. The only way you can grow in all of your relationships is to have a healthy sense of self-respect and self-worth. When you walk with dignity, knowing who you are, self-aware, and willing to grow, trusting the value you bring, the world will mirror all of this back to you in kind. When you say no to codependency and enmeshment, live and let live, and practice taking risk as you wander into new territory for you, the spirit rejoices. She is here to urge you to let your independent spirit roam free. So, this has to be you. And guess what? You don't know your self-worth if you're constantly chasing the past. Even Brian said it a couple times. Know what you're worth. Go out and get it. Insist upon it. But you have to know what you're worth. And that's one of the most important things out there. So, with these two things, claiming your independence, knowing what you're worth, directing and affecting your own life. With these two things, what do we have to reveal to us today? And you may not even depend upon this message. That's okay. Something else may be telling you you need to do something other than what this guy says. And let me reinforce that a little bit. If at any time any of this does not resonate with you, walk away. It's fine. I'm not going to take that personally. So, here we go. We've got a 4 of Cups. We've got a 5 of Cups. And we've got a High Priestess. Okay. To me, this is sort of a warning. This is that Cable to Deadpool dire warning from the future. But it does have a message of hope to it. So, the 4 of Cups and into the 5, that can be a little upsetting at times. 5 of Cups is definitely a loss. Now you can see that with and we have a running theme here. Here's what we got. He's got 3 cups, but he's looking for more. And here's one just being handed to him, and he's not even paying attention. Then he loses 3 cups. He's in mourning. He's got 2 more. So really what you're looking at is, you're looking at a lot of emotions going on. This is dwelling in the past. These 2 cards right here. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. You're a little too focused on something that happened in the past. Maybe there's some similarity to what's going on now. I would say drop it, because that High Priestess card is everything you could be. And the High Priestess, she's got a lot of balance in her life. On top of that, she is a lot of serious moon energy. Maybe there's a High Priestess in your life, and maybe you need to seek some counsel from her. Because quite honestly, if you hope to master your own life, you gotta get out of the past. So let's see what the cosmos has to say. We've got Jump In. There we go. We've got the Hieroth card again, and we have Double Mission again. Wow, that double mission keeps coming up, does it not? But we do have this point where I can see where you're focused. You really want to kind of go back to the source a lot, because that's where you're comfortable. That's where you feel great. There we go, pointing to this again. This is always pointing to this. And this is where you are at the moment. But you have to be willing to accept change in your life. Now, some of you, I know that there were a couple of people who have confided over Twitter very publicly, they've lost friends recently. And they're like, well, now I have no one. And you just see this flood of people coming in and going, no, you still have us. Well, those people are not for you to focus. The people who walked away are not for you to focus on. You have to be willing to accept the fact that they perhaps were never your friends. They probably never cared. If someone's entire friendship with you was contingent on you buying into a certain narrative 100%, and then you deviated and they pulled completely away from you, those were never your friends. They never cared about you. They only cared about how many numbers they could have behind this thing they wanted to push, this agenda. The minute you even look like you stopped fitting that, that's when they left. Those are not your friends. Your friends are going to talk to you about it and say, why do you feel that way? Okay. And they will listen and they will understand. They won't cut you off. They won't trivialize what you're thinking. They will actually they may even think about it themselves. But they will never lecture you about it. Sometimes they'll exhibit a little tough love, and that's fine. But right now, you actually do have a bit of a higher calling right now. That double mission card, you have to serve the world just by being yourself. I mean, that's it. But you have to know who you are. There's that thing again. Know thyself. You can't be dependent on what someone else thinks of you, guys. Over some parts of social media, I'm getting. I have absolutely enraged some people just by doing this, posting this, and that's it. And I've told them, hey, you don't have to watch, and it just infuriates them further. I couldn't tell you why. Maybe it's because they want to use the book to beat me over the head rather than read it. I don't know. But let's see what secrets there are to making this happen. So first we've got Yera. Yera's a good one. Isa. Oh. Ouch, something's in the way. And Tewaz. Okay. Yera is usually a very good rune to have. But we have Isa blocking us. That's ice, by the way. And those blockages, I'm thinking go back to you dwelling in the past and figuring it's always just going to be that way. But it's not. As a matter of fact, I will prove it to you because maybe you need it. Okay, Yera is harvesting the fruits of your hard work. The work you're going to put in will actually yield good results. But if you keep dwelling in the past, you can look at a temporary pause or a halt. I mean, it's prudent to stop and wait, be silent, regroup. Understand, something may be frozen in place for a time. This is beneficial, though. Don't allow others to control you or your life. And then finally, Tewaz. This one points to having a little faith. All your hard work and sacrifice will pay off. Self-sacrifice is necessary to achieve your goals. Okay, I'm just going to stop it right there. Again, we're going to go back to those friends. They were never your friends. Look for people who will back you no matter what. Okay? You may have an agenda I disagree with, but if you're my friend, it shouldn't be a deal breaker. Like, I would never end a friendship with someone over their disagreement with me over whether Mortal Kombat 1 or Mortal Kombat 3 was the better game. Just to give you an example, and I know it seems like ridiculous, but try not to get inflammatory here. The point of it being, let's just say my friend thinks Mortal Kombat 1 was the best of the bunch because it was so simple. It had simple and basic concepts, and they were all put together very well. I, on the other hand, think Mortal Kombat 3 is better because they still use the same animations, but they were able to blend that with the scenery a little more seamlessly, and this time they had more to it, and I kind of like that. We could go back and forth all day. Let's take the topic of, you know what, let's get into this a little bit. Second Amendment. I'm of the mind that rendering good people helpless does not render the bad guy harmless. You may disagree with that. It's okay if we disagree. However, that's not going to change the way I live. I will not force you to own or carry a weapon, ever, for any reason. And you will not force me to give mine up because of the actions of a madman. It's that simple. In my religion, we have historically carried weapons, whether they were swords, knives, or some other type, both as practical means of defending hearth and home, and as a means of symbolically showing someone, you're not going to enslave me without using force. So it is a very civilized act. You must now use your words to persuade me to your view on something. Whether that's, you really should paint that fence a lime green, when I'm thinking about going perhaps a rustic brown, to anything else for that matter. I am taking force out of the equation. And that's the way I see it. You don't have to agree with it. You really don't, but that is the way I would look at it. And again, without using force, you are not going to persuade me. It's very simple. Again, we can disagree and still remain friends. But if you choose to walk away from me over that, just remember that door is one way. Because I cut ties with past a lot. Because I'm looking forward to my future. And you can jump on board with me. Cryptocurrency is a good example. You can, I've heard this before. Well, I've got a ticket for a magic rocket ride. You can join me, but you have to buy your own ticket. It's that simple. And if you disagree with me and you think cryptocurrency is garbage, it's of no use, you have no interest in it, okay. But here's the thing. When, not if, this takes off, you get no part of it. You will be among the people sitting there going, man, I wish I had gotten in on that. And my response will be, yeah, you really should have. But that's how we move. We move by how we see things. And right now, cutting ties with your past, dealing with the obstacles in your path patiently, put in that work, that double mission. You're gonna have to do both roles in one right now. It can't be this, it has to be this. Put work in on both of them. You will reap rewards. They will come. This ice will eventually melt. You will see more green than all that white and stuff like that. Okay? Alright. In the words of the Ultimate Warrior, get out there and own it, people. Love you all. Shine on.